Hey everyone, and welcome. I am absolutely thrilled to have you here for this premium note. Today, we're jumping into a global masterclass on a revolutionary AI tool that's fundamentally changing how creators and businesses operate. I'm stepping in as your mentor for this session, because honestly, what we're looking at today isn't just some flashing new feature. It's a highly intelligent system designed to take your complex channel data and transform it into genuine, actionable digital wealth.
I mean, think about it for a second. What if your YouTube analytics could literally talk to you in plain English? If you're a creator, an entrepreneur, or a startup founder, your biggest pain point is probably drowning in charts that make you feel like you're trying to fly a commercial jet. You know the feeling? Staring at retention graphs, click-through rates, just endless rows of numbers. But in today's digital economy, simply having that data just isn't enough. Truly understanding it, that is the absolute key to your monetization and your growth.
Okay, let's dive into the agenda for our note today. We'll start by meeting your new AI analyst. Then, we'll decode your channel data and brainstorm winning content ideas. After that, we'll navigate a few limitations and bugs, and finally, we'll focus on building your digital wealth.
All right, Section 1. Meet your new AI analyst. First things first, we need to completely shift your paradigm here. You are no longer flying solo or doing everything the hard way. You're partnering with AI. So what exactly is Ask Studio? Well, at its core, it's an AI-powered conversational assistant built right into YouTube Studio. It uses Google's Gemini models to do the heavy lifting, summarizing your comments, explaining your analytics, and even brainstorming your next content ideas. Basically, I want you to think of this as having a free, full-time, highly skilled data analyst working around the clock for your business.
And this right here brilliantly illustrates the massive shift in how we work. The old way meant digging through complex charts, line graphs, and literally thousands of individual comments by hand. Exhausting, right? But the new way? You just type a simple question into a chat box, exactly like you're messaging a coworker. And boom, you get a plain English answer instantly. It saves you hours of tedious research so you can get back to what you actually do best, building and innovating.
Moving on to Section 2. Decoding your channel data.
Okay, let's get practical. How do we actually access and leverage this tool? It's incredibly beginner-friendly. Step 1, open YouTube Studio. But, and this is a super important detail, you've got to be on a desktop web browser. This feature isn't on the mobile app yet. Step 2, locate that little Ask Studio sparkle icon right up there in the top right corner of your dashboard. And Step 3, just type in a specific prompt or go ahead and click one of their pre-written suggestions to get the ball rolling. Now, as your mentor here, let me give you some actionable prompt formulas to use, because specific questions are going to yield the absolute best insights. If you're looking at video performance, ask exactly that. Why did my latest video outperform my average? Trying to figure out audience retention? Ask, where are viewers dropping off in my last upload? And for channel growth, try, which videos gained me the most subscribers this month? You're basically giving the AI clear directives to go investigate for you. But you know, it's not just about numbers, it's about words. Ask Studio unlocks some seriously deep audience insights by instantly summarizing hundreds of comments. It identifies reoccurring themes, viewer requests, and your overall audience sentiment. It even spots common questions you can use for future Q&A content. This is exactly the kind of tedious task you'd normally pay a virtual assistant to do. Now your AI partner handles it in seconds, telling you exactly what your audience actually wants.
All right, Section 3. Generating winning content ideas.
So, we're shifting gears from analyzing the past to proactively planning your future. Now, let's quickly clarify a distinction you might be wondering about: the Inspiration tab versus Ask Studio. The Inspiration tab is a visual browsing experience, lots of idea cards and thumbnail suggestions for when you just want to scroll around and get inspired. Ask Studio, on the other hand, is a conversational interface. You are directing the brainstorm with specific prompts. Basically, use the Inspiration tab to browse, and use Ask Studio when you want a highly directed strategic planning session.
Now, what's really interesting here is how these strategic prompts uncover hidden money-making opportunities. Take finding content gaps, for example. Asking, what kind of content did really well for me that I didn't follow up on? That is pure gold. You can also test ideas by asking if reviewing a specific product makes sense for your audience. You can even ask it to help you outline a video structure. It's like a cheat code for content strategy.
And this brainstorming connects directly to wealth building.
Whether you're a freelancer, a startup founder, or a full-time creator, you can use Ask Studio for deep market research. Ask it to identify your absolute biggest revenue drivers or pinpoint content categories that attract advertisers. You can discover real viewer pain points to help you launch your next online course or SaaS product. You're literally using your own data to build a monetization roadmap.
Which brings us to Section 4, Navigating Limitations and Bugs.
Look, a good mentor always gives you the reality check, because no tool is 100% perfect, right? The major blind spot you've got to be aware of is that Ask Studio only sees your channel data. It can't tell you what your competitors are up to or what broader global trends are happening. Also, it takes your data very literally. For example, a creator on the KDCC blog shared how Ask Studio enthusiastically told them to make more Adobe Express videos because they had such high engagement. What the AI didn't realize, that creator was an Adobe Express ambassador. The engagement was partly driven by a sponsored integration. But the AI treats all engagement, organic or sponsored, exactly the same.
And yeah, there have been some real-world bugs too. Around mid-May 2026, creators across the r/newtubers and r/partnered YouTube subreddits started reporting a super frustrating issue. They'd click the icon, the side panel would pop up, but the chat interface underneath was just a completely blank white slate. So if you've run into this, trust me, your frustration is totally valid. You are definitely not alone.
So, how do we fix it? Well, the community put together a really practical troubleshooting checklist. First, try clearing your browser cache and cookies. Second, log completely out of your Google account and log back in. Third, try launching YouTube Studio in an incognito or private window. Fourth, completely disable browser extensions like ad blockers or TubeBuddy just to rule out any script conflicts. And honestly, if all else fails, you might just have to wait it out, as it's often a back-end server-side issue.
Oh, and a quick heads up on keeping your workflow organized. YouTube recently updated how it handles your chats. Ask Studio now saves your conversation history for up to 30 days, which is amazing because you can treat it like a proper workspace and revisit ongoing projects. But for privacy reasons, they automatically delete those conversations after 45 days. It's a really smart balance between everyday utility and protecting your data.
Finally, Section 5, Building Your Digital Wealth.
This is where we tie everything we've learned today into a future-ready strategy. I want you to view Ask Studio as the engine of your content flywheel. Here's how it works. Step 1. You analyze your data with Ask Studio. Step 2. You learn why those things happened. Step 3. Plan your next piece of content based on those exact insights. Step 4. Create and publish. And Step 5. Measure the new results. This flywheel accelerates your growth and turns all that guesswork into a precise science.
So the crucial point here, and this is a quote I absolutely love from findskill.ai, is analytics show data. Ask Studio explains data. That right there is the massive paradigm shift we're witnessing. You're no longer just a passive reader staring at charts. You are an active, strategic architect of your own business intelligence. Which leaves us with one final, incredibly important question. Are you going to keep guessing at what your audience wants, just throwing content at the wall to see what sticks? Or will you start conversing with your data, using this incredible AI mentor to build your digital empire today? The tools are literally right there in your dashboard. You are capable, you are future ready, and now it's time to get to work. Go start that conversation.